Hey, what's up? Let me try that again. Hey, it's Julz with Out of Your Comfort Zone. I don't know if any of you caught that, but I was in the middle of broadcasting and suddenly my phone went dead and everything shut down. So I'm guessing my cord wasn't plugged in all the way. But anyhow, I just wanted to, and I apologize if you've already seen this once and and I'm repeating it. But I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't find the other video I had started. So anyways, I just wanted to share my dog, Roxie. Roxie is an Anatolian Shepherd who has demon green eyes right now, but she's an enormous dog. She has the she's huge. She is able to stand on her hind legs and put her her paws on my shoulder and look me on my shoulders and look me in the eye. That's how big she is, and she's just a really cool dog. They're a guardian breed, and they're from Turkey. Really awesome dog. She's she's a cool girl. I was trying to explain the story earlier. She was rescued from a puppy mill in Tennessee, and then ended up at a shelter, same shelter, back 3 times. The first family she was with, they never had a big dog before, so I don't know why it's different between big and little dogs, but for them, they couldn't handle her. So she was returned. Then the second family who had her, they left her outside all day long, and she can hop a 6-foot fence, and that's what she kept doing. So she was returned again. The third family who had her, she didn't want to keep her because she liked sleeping on the bed. I'm an animal freak. Animals, pets, they're part of your family, okay? And they deserve to be just treated with nothing but love, respect, and care, and be spoiled and everything. To me, animals, pets, animals are all God's little angels here to help us, along our journey. Hey, Steve, what's up? And so she had been returned 3 times, and so we finally adopted her, and and she's been the best dog ever. As I said, she's a guardian breed from Turkey, an Anatolian Shepherd. They're bred to live within the flock. Once they're weaned off of their mothers, they live with sheep. As you can see, she's yellow with black and black face, black ears, so she's meant to blend in. And they will kill any sort of predator that threatens the herd, whether it's a lion, tiger, or bear. So it doesn't matter. They will do that. That's what they're bred for. They're enormous dogs, but they are the most gentle. They're gentle giants. So unless you know them, they're terrifying. They can be really intimidating because of their size and her bark and everything. But she's the sweetest, gentlest dog, and it was sad, it was being her, her history. But now she has a great life. So, and I'm very grateful for that. So she's an awesome dog. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that. Oh, and I had to point this out too. Wait, hold on 1 second. I suck at this. I'm so bad at technology. I'm just like, I don't know. See, there's my fan. Roxie is behind my #1 fan. Thanks, Rox. Yay, a fan. And there's my puppy, Roxie. Hey, with the demon green eyes. Okay, anyways, moving on. What I wanted to talk about today, and I'll probably play some music a little bit later on. But first, what I wanted to discuss was... So last night, after I did one of my episodes, okay, let me go back. So I had to make room on my phone and the cloud yesterday for some things I had to do for work, and so I'm not. I'm not the most literate person when it comes to like tech sometimes. So, I mean, I know all the basic stuff, but when you start getting into this complicated crap about, unloading apps and moving things here, there, and then all the tech lingo starts reading like I'm reading a freaking, a letter from a lawyer, and, all this legalese and stuff. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I end up like playing around with buttons and seeing what happens. So at any rate, everything was fine. I got old stuff cleared out, everything. And I thought, I didn't think I had to go back in, and I went back and changed some of the things that I thought I changed everything. Went back in to fix it all. So last night, typically when I do a video here on Facebook, I will later upload it to YouTube, and all of my videos are all together, housed together. So when I go to YouTube, I just have to extract it and upload it. Well, so there's one video. So the video I did yesterday with I played my song "Walking with an Angel," and then there was it was just about me checking in and that kind of thing. Couldn't find it to upload it to YouTube, and then I was like, okay. So first I stayed calm, trying to figure it out. I'm like, okay, there's a logical reason. And I kept trying to remind myself that I've got it recorded on Facebook. And that's the most important thing. It was recorded. So whatever else happens, I can retrieve it at some point and upload it, and wherever I need to, because it's been recorded, so it's okay, it's safe. One of my triggers is, and this has been me since I was a child, is if I can't figure something out right then and there, it literally sends me through the roof. It's like mercury in a thermometer. I mean, going down from the bottom bulb there, all the way shooting all the way up through the roof of the thermometer, breaking the glass, the mercury just explodes everywhere. That's what it is for me. My trigger is one of my triggers is getting so frustrated with not being able to understand something. Okay, and I know to a lot of people that seems stupid, but for me, I'm used to having to I problem solve all the time, and I'm used to being able. I'm a very resourceful person. I'm used to being able to fix things and figure things out right then and there without worrying, right? But instead, when I am faced with something that, and it's typically technologically. Something technological, then I lose my shit. So the whole time I'm trying to be calm, I'm back on Facebook Live about an hour later, expressing what I was dealing with, hoping somebody could help me out, and had an idea of where, what I needed to do to get this video uploaded to YouTube, since I couldn't find it. So I go back and I've turned off my phone a couple of times, all that stuff. And I went back, hey Kat, what's up? And Steve, thanks for agreeing with me. Dude, you're totally right. Animals are part of the family. Kat, awesome. Nice to see you. So I start asking for help, and I'm trying to be calm about it, right? I'm like, hey guys, look, I'm really struggling here. I need to figure out, I don't know what happened to the video. I'm trying to upload to YouTube. I can't find it. Anyhow, once that video was done, I go back to look at the album where all of my videos from Facebook Live are housed, so I can upload them to YouTube. And I shit you not, the video from the day before was there. The video that I had just recorded asking for help was there, but the one fucking video in the middle that I needed, still couldn't find it. Still could not find it, so I haven't been able to locate it yet. So I started having this meltdown, this frustration, because for me it's frustration, it's anger, it's this sense of helplessness, powerlessness, and uselessness, all built up into one big, huge, frustrating ball of fire that just burns through me. And I mean, it's a horrible feeling, because it's almost like I also feel trapped. So I could not get out of that. I mean, I could feel it in my chest, everything just burning, 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 and just screaming, all of this energy just bottling up, bottling up, bottling up, and the mercury rising and rising and rising. All the while, I'm trying to stay calm and figure out a logical solution as to why I couldn't find my video and where I needed to look to upload it. So after another hour or two, I don't know, of searching and seeking, I went back on Facebook here, and instead of doing a video, I just vented this huge thing, like, why can't I find this freaking video? I don't understand. And so anyways, I wanted to go back and touch on that, because this webcast, Out of Your Comfort Zone, is about my journey, learning how to deal with anxiety, panic attacks, PTSD, and any sort of health issues, mental or physical or whatever, that are challenging on a day-to-day basis for some of us, especially as a performer, as a professional entertainer doing that for a living. It was this morning when I woke up, I'm like, that was a perfect time for me to just go back on Facebook and just vent and express what I was dealing with. And instead, I wrote it all out. So that's kind of what I wanted to touch on today, is that to explain what, I missed a great opportunity there, when I could have just gone back on Facebook for a third time and been like, look, I can't find this thing, and just vent and just let it all out. But anyways, still haven't been able to find the video. I know it's on Facebook, so I keep reminding myself that's good, that's safe. I emailed it to myself. I just have to find a way to upload it to YouTube. And it was ridiculous for me to, I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, why are you being so ridiculous? It's not like it's gone and it's disappeared forever. You have it. So stop getting upset and just try to chill. But for me, it's really difficult, because once I get triggered, there's so much shit in my head, like wall to wall. And there's no way to, learning how to self-soothe and do all that, it's really, really difficult, because I always refer to them as hijackings, because once I get hijacked, there's, the door's locked. I can't get into the cockpit no matter what I do. Everything's bulletproof, and I'm just out there banging on the door, trying to get in and take back control, get back control of my, my emotions, and all of that, because intellectually I understand what's happening, but the problem is emotionally, I can't stop it. And it's a very, very, very frustrating situation. And again, like I said, something I've dealt with since I was a child is just, if I can't figure something out, I lose my mind. But it's also been a positive, because because I have the capacity to be more resourceful than most people, to look for answers in areas nobody else would, or even thinks to, because that's just what I've learned. I've learned, trial by error, trial by fire, and that's the best way I do things. So anyhow, if anyone does have any idea of how the hell I can find my freaking video off of YouTube and freaking upload it to, off of Facebook here, and freaking upload it to YouTube, I would be ever so appreciative. Thanks, Kat. You too. I appreciate that. So anyhow, a little bit later on, I'll probably play some music. I'm not sure what song I want to do yet. I think, as you may have seen last night, I became more organized here as my webcast develops. Again, this webcast is about Out of Your Comfort Zone, is about being okay with your imperfections, being okay with your struggles, and being open and honest with them, about them, especially for me. I've never felt safe doing that, so that's one thing I'm learning, and that's why I started this webcast, so I can connect with other people, and hopefully, share something that's poignant to others and that helps others, not just myself. I have to, it's a video journal with music, and it's just this journey of self-discovery of how, I can be, I could just be that I'm okay with just being Julie. I don't have to be, Jul Tate, the on-air personality. I don't have to be, Julz, the bass player for Level, the Planet, or anything like that. And don't get me wrong, I love those personas and I love being parts of those things. But one thing I've never been able to do is just be okay with being Julie, with being me. So that's what I'm learning to do, is to accept myself for all of my, faults, and be okay with failures. Learn, as Thomas Edison said, I haven't failed. I just found 10,000 ways to not do something, right? Or I'm paraphrasing there, but you get the point. So that's kind of what I've been doing, is these webcasts are me learning how to be okay with not playing perfectly. Because if it was all just about performance, I guarantee you, after decades in the entertainment industry, between acting, music, broadcasting, all of that, I'm a perfectionist, and I would never. I would never go live by myself or do anything if I didn't have something perfectly, something down note for note musically. If it wasn't perfect, if I screwed up at all, I would, I'd have to go back and start and re-record over again, delete everything. And it's the same with just being a personality and being on air and talking to people. I would never do it unless I had things, totally, this pristine structured plan in my head. And I because otherwise the fact that I always looked at failure, or not failures, but I always looked at mistakes or issue, anything trouble wise, just trying to troubleshoot something or get past a barrier. I always looked at those as horrible, extreme failures. And as a perfectionist, failure is not an option. And I wish I came up with that, but I'm quoting, what's his name from NASA, from Apollo 13. Oh God, see, I don't even know. Whatever, you understand what I'm saying. So failure is not an option, but I've learned to be okay with. And I actually met somebody a couple years ago working with a company and doing doing a podcast, and he was a successful guy, great guy, very, very laid back, and he was so fun to interview. And he had mentioned that you have to celebrate your failures as an entrepreneur, as anybody who's it's taking chances and out there, being their authentic self. You have to celebrate your failures, because a failure means you're that much closer to success. Just because you could fail 5 times and be like, oh my God, for me, typically it's a meltdown for me. I lose my mind if I fail. Or I feel like I'm failing, or I didn't do something right, and I just beat myself up over it, and I go, just completely off the reservation, obsessing over having to be perfect. And but this gentleman, this dude was so cool, and he just said, you got to celebrate those. You got to celebrate those failures, because those failures mean you've learned something. You've learned a whole bunch of new shit. It means that your next attempt is going to be that much better, and you're that much closer to success. And it's, again, the journey, not the destination. And that's something I've always had trouble reconciling, I suppose. So I'm working on that. So that's what my webcast, Out of Your Comfort Zone, is about, is, being able to play music live in front of you, stuff off the cuff, stuff I just wrote in 10 minutes, whatever. It's a challenge for me to get to be better, but at the same time, it's also a way for me to be okay with any mistakes I make, or to be okay if I'm not perfect. And it's the same with, with me talking here on Facebook or on social media. If I didn't have everything scripted out, or I didn't have, this structured plan, then I would never do it, because I would freak out if things weren't perfect. So that's what this is about. If I wanted to be perfect, and I wanted to perform perfectly, and I wanted this to be a representation of who I am as a professional entertainer, as a professional musician, actor, whatever, then believe you me, it would be completely different, and it would be like, succinct. Everything would be very concise and just absolutely, note for note, perfect. But that's not, that's not what I'm doing here. I just want to be okay with me and being okay. And I want you to understand. I hope me talking about these things and sharing these things, and as my webcast develops, I hope you hang in there with me, and I hope you connect with me, because I want to connect with you. And I hope that if you have questions, or you're struggling with something, or you would like me to discuss something, or you want to share anything, like your own experiences, please do. You can hit me up on here live. You can hit me up on you can private message me, any way to get a hold of me. Just let me know. If there's some sort of music you want me to play, something you want me to try differently, or you have any suggestions, I'm totally open to them. Again, it's just, I want to hang loose here and keep it really just loose, and let it organically evolve into the webcast and the entity it's supposed to be. So I think that's about it for now. I appreciate you checking me out, and my giving me an opportunity to explain my total meltdown, on text-wise on Facebook yesterday, when I couldn't find my video. Not my stupid video, but my video, and all that. So thanks again. I'll be back probably later on today, playing something. I'm not sure what yet, but I'll figure it out and come up with another topic. So anyways, thanks guys. Peace out, and I will talk to you soon. Metal.